Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a deconstructed video of Intoxicated, very similar to the Genius Deconstructed. We're calling this series the Algo-Rhythm, and maybe I'll have some kind of intro here. Or not. Okay, so Intoxicated is a song that I've been working on for a long time. Okay, so now that I've gone through that, let's give it a little bit of a listen and go track by track, breaking down what went on while I recorded it. Okay, so here we have some 808s and synths, and this section is very, very digital. Yeah, I kind of wanted to give like an impression that I was going way outside of my sound. It's also the first music that I've released in 2 years, so I wanted it to be like a little bit like a, whoa. Who is he? So and as you can hear, it doesn't have as many effects as it does on the final one. That's because Freed Mix and Mellow Wave Sound, Michael and Jong, they mixed and mastered this track, so I only have as far as I took it, which is the edits. Yeah, usually I mix my own music, but this time I was like, let's collaborate. So yeah, here we have some like piano sounds, but they're very Charlie Puth based keys. Very similar to the sound in Done For Me by Charlie Puth featuring Kalani.
No, it's nothing I can't do with you. No.
Then here I have some glockenspiel, which is supposed to be mirroring this kind of guitar, which has a lot of effects on it because I couldn't get it to sound like I wanted it for a long time. Just that kind of rhythmic, like staccato. Then I put that on these little, it's basically bells. Give it like a little retro vibe. I don't know, it makes me think Britney Spears or something. Okay, so main element of this song is the funk. And so the bass and the guitars were like really the most important part. So yeah. Now, if you've listened to my podcast with Leah Lane on the No No's channel called Title of Your Mixtape, we just have the first episode out now. And I was talking a little bit about how a song by Kendrick Lamar, King Kunta, was very inspirational for this song, but it went to the point where I almost copied it. So thank God I saved it from that. But now I can talk a little bit about what I did exactly there. So this is the original bass that I have going on at the chorus. Yeah, so if we listen to it with the song, it's this. So that's what I ended up going with. But originally, when I got to this part, I was like, I don't know what to put. And just this random bass line came to my mind. Now, to any Kendrick Lamar fan, that's obviously King Kunta, but for me, it just like completely went over my head. And so this is what ended up happening. Sounds kind of dope. So yeah, that's how I almost ended up being sued by Kendrick Lamar. Clickbait. Okay, This drum loop is kind of where the song started. And I edited it for the pre-chorus because I wanted it not to be the same thing going on through the whole thing. Yeah, so that's the edit there. But yeah, I think the drum loop might have been the first part of the song, just because I knew I wanted to make a funk song, and the only thing that's like key to funk that I don't play is the drums. I'm trying to learn, but I don't play at that level yet. Oh, and then I slowed them down here. Which is also a very common kind of breakdown kind of part for a song like this. So that was very fun to do. I've always wanted to have a slow down kind of section, but it always kind of sounds. So I'm glad I got to do that. Okay, so this is probably my favorite part with the guitars. So here, this part and this part, they're very much just those palm muted funk melodies that go on in the background. Super common with like Michael Jackson, Maroon 5, Grant Green, the guitars. It's just a very, very fun funk element. And then it switches order. I could have played this naturally, but I did want it to keep the same sound, and it was just much easier than going back to recording. So this part is actually an edited version of the first take. I just kind of switched around the note order, and it just gives you a different melody, but it sounds almost like if it was the same thing.
No, and I can give you anything and everything anymore.
This is also an element of the original, like the very, very first demo of the song, I guess. So yeah, the wah guitar, this part, that little pre-chorus section kind of has like a reggae Latin feel, but it's still funk. So reminded me a lot of the sound of like Magic, especially a song that they have called Dance Monkey, which is a heavy inspiration for a lot of my songs. And of course the famous track, which adds so much production value to the song.
Oh wait, I'm yawning.
Oh wait, I'm yawning. Makes me yawn too. Damn it. So back to this reggae feel, Latin feel that we have going on in the pre-chorus. I recorded these guitars with a very specific artist in mind. Unfortunately, if I put that up here, it might be copyrighted. So I'm gonna put somebody else that you guys probably know playing this song. This is Drake Bell singing Camisa Negra by Juanes, which is a great song. And I am not really sure why he covered it, but I'm so glad he did. By the way, his accent in Spanish, amazing. I did not expect this from the guy from Drake and Josh, but he kills it. Anyway, I won't bore you with too much of that. Actually, you guys probably want to hear the chorus, right?
Tengo la camisa negra, porque negra tengo el alma. Yo por ti perdí la calma y casi pierdo hasta mi cama. Cama, cama, como un baby. Te digo con disimulo.
Okay, so that kind of inspired these guitars here. To me, that sounds extremely Colombian, which I am. I'm a Colombian boy, which is the reason why in the music video I'm wearing the jersey for the Colombian national team for soccer and the sombrero volteado, which is our special kind of sombrero. If you see that kind of sombrero, it's a Colombian sombrero. So yeah.
Fucked up, said I'm too excessive. It's not enough to pay my love.
Yeah, I love that part of the song because even though it's super packed in different kinds of things, it's got a lot of stuff going on in it, but it's a lot of the sounds that I've loved since I was a kid. Anyway, so here I honor both of my homes. I'm a dual citizen of Colombia and Canada, so I had to honor my country here. Yeah, so I'm sure anybody who lives in Toronto knows that sound. But every time, like when a train leaves the station, I thought it sounded like a choir going like, oh. I don't know. So I kind of went along with that in that part, and I added some of my own little choir, which if you already know some of my previous music, I always love to sing on top of myself over and over again to kind of give a choir sound. So that's where that idea came from. Here, just also very Toronto-like to have this auto-tune and the doubles here give you that main vocal.
No, no, it's not the things you say. No, no, don't act like this is something you haven't heard before. No, no, but the way you do these things, like I'm still wanting you.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It was very difficult to sing that part though, because in order for the auto-tune to actually take effect, you actually have to sing off tune. Otherwise, it's not gonna sound as like chopped up. It's gonna sound smooth, almost unnoticeable. So you kind of have to purposely sing a little off, which is very difficult to do if you've spent so much time listening to a song and singing it in the right place and that kind of thing. Oh yeah. So towards the end where we have the guitar solo, I kind of wanted it to sound really powerful. So I put some thunder and electricity. It's a little bit more quiet in the final one, but it gives it this sense of like being powerful. Which it doesn't sound powerful in my mix yet, because there's some effects that need to go in there. Me saying I got this, which I didn't because I had to redo that take. Shout out to my homies, because you always gotta give a shout out to your homies.
Stop distracting me, Jesus. Shout out to my homies.
And Leah laughing. Actually, it's both of us laughing. I thought it was like with a duet with me and my best friend, it sounded like we needed to get some of those bloopers in there, given more of that sense of the friendship that we have. So
Stop distracting me, Jesus. Shout out to my homies.
And the best part is we didn't have to fake any of that. Like, that was genuinely us having fun while recording. It was a blast doing this song with Leah, so shout out to my homie. And then here's a lot more of me singing. Just the way I feel. Enough to crave my love. Hey. Oh, I didn't add the haze. And then my favorite backing vocals that I've ever done. It's about to come in. These are heavily inspired by a song called LA Girls by Charlie Puth, and basically all of Michael Jackson's career. So here it is.
Intoxicated, intoxicated, off of you, intoxicated, intoxicated.
Usually when I do these kind of takes for like a lot of vocals stacked together, is first off, it's gotta genuinely sound like it could be an instrument that takes up a lot of space and it doesn't sound kind of pitchy, or the dynamics of one take are completely off from the other one, so it sounds weird. Like it has to sound together. It has to be harmonious. Like by themselves, each take probably doesn't have as much depth, but here I have 4 melodies going on, and each melody gets its own like 4 takes probably, or like 6, depending, who knows.
Intoxicated, intoxicated, off of intoxicated, intoxicated, off of intoxicated, intoxicated, off of intoxicated, intoxicated, off of intoxicated, intoxicated, off of.
So ends up being a little bit heavier. And yeah, like with those kind of vocals, the most important thing for me is like making sure that they have kind of an energy. So for this one, it was like the vibrato, like intoxicated, intoxicated, that kind of thing. I made sure it was in every single take. If I had a choir, oh my god, the things that I would do. Some flamenco guitars here for a rock guitar solo. Why not mix rock and flamenco in the middle of a funk song? Why not? Oh, and a shaker. You put an 808 on that? Then that's crazy. And then you put a guitar on that? My homies. Snaps. Yeah.
Out of love, I play my cards, but you call my bluff when you that.
Which is why Thanos himself made a cameo in the video. And I got her to do a couple of those stacked vocals, which I always do in my songs.
Falling in and out of love, I played my cards, but you called my bluff. I knew that love could be so rough. I doubt if I'm crazy or going too tough on you, but this is what I have to do. If I wanna get over you, I'll be wasting.
So yeah, most of the vocals in the chorus are Leah, and with every voice it kind of has its own character. And when you stack it, it really, really shines. So yeah, her doing that kind of gave the chorus a very cool feel that we couldn't have done if I had sung that part. Also got her to do some stacked vocals in this part, which is a little bit of a highlight of the song for me.
Loving you is heaven.
Every time I kind of make a reference to heaven or anything religious in my songs, I like having a choir kind of sound. So I just think like a bunch of nuns just going, "Loving you is heaven." So see, that's why we needed her to do these parts. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions about any part of this video or this song or the music video, just let me know. And I guess that's it. If you guys like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, because that is gonna help us a lot. That's it. Let me know what song you guys would want me to do next. I can do some of the old songs. I probably will do some of the old songs, but like if you guys tell me which ones you want to hear first, I can do that for you. Other than that, I guess I'll see you next time.